Welcome to Put Down the Mascara. I'm your host, Kate Holmes. This is a podcast where we uncover our authentic selves and cut through the bullshit of life and really learn how to live authentically and unapologetically. Thanks for joining us. Hi, I'm Kate. I'm the host of Put Down the Mascara, and today I'm here with my dear friend Liz, and we're gonna have a really great conversation. And Liz is such a powerhouse. You really are. You really are. And you laugh, and you laugh. And you know what? That is so on theme with what you and I are gonna talk about today.
You bet
right?
it is.
Like owning our self-worth. Like, let's just own it, ladies. And how do we do that? And part of that is a bit of a rhetorical question, Liz. Like, how do we own that? Because we all have to figure that out. Nobody knows how to do that. We're going to talk about that a little bit today and peel away the onion. Liz is a trained psychotherapist, and she works at Milton Psychotherapy Center. And so important, the work that you're doing. So, Liz, let's talk. Let's dive right into this.
Sure.
So, why can't women take compliments?
Well, as you saw the little role play there that I did, that you handed me a compliment, and what did I do?
You laughed. You shrugged it off.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right? Like, why do we do that?
So why? Exactly. Why did I do that? Well, I was doing a little bit of a role play. I was sort of showing what the expectation that we believe is put on us.
Yes.
Especially as women, although I don't want to genderize, it could be a very human experience.
Yes.
And that difficulty to take compliments, but we know that traditionally women have been conditioned into people-pleasing roles, and, oh, no, you can't mean me.
Right.
You must mean the person beside me. Or, if you compliment an outfit, oh, this thing, I paid $5 for it.
Yes, I do that all the time when somebody's like,
thank you.
right. Or this, that's a great dress. Oh, I got it at Winners.
You got
I
it.
paid $29.99 for it. How about just saying, right, thank you.
Mind you, the discount, shopper in me loves that. And actually, yes, brag about, how
Right,
little you
right,
pay.
right.
And if you're owning it that way, then great. But you're absolutely right about what you said, that we can't dictate what owning self-worth means to any one individual.
Right.
First and foremost, we need to be clear on what that means for ourselves, right? Who we actually are. Are we actually comfortable in our own skin?
Big question. I would say probably 90% of the world isn't. Like, maybe you have a different stat on that. That's a real stat. But I'm just kind of guessing. Like, are
Kate's stats are always, empirically sound.
That's right. Please don't anybody use that real stat. But yeah, I would say that it's probably really high.
A lot of people struggling to kind of know, who am I outside of, whatever role I play? Which brings me to, and I had to ask, the title of this podcast, I've been dying. This has been, sitting with me.
Yeah.
What's with the Put Down the Mascara?
The whole connotation behind that title was I would put on my mascara. And I would go out in public, and really, I was hiding. Mascara bothers my eyes, but I felt that I needed to put it on. So that's where the title came from. I've been thinking about this podcast for a while, so excited that you're one of my first guests, Liz. Liz and I go back over a decade and have a really special relationship, so this is really fun to be doing this together. And recently I found out that mascara is actually mask in Portuguese. And how do you say it, Liz?
Mascara. And I know one of our mutual friends told you that, right? She brought it to your awareness.
She
did.
did.
It was the same word. And we know the word mascara can have different connotations, including in English slang, right? So it's what you take of it.
Yeah.
So here and right now, we're putting down that figurative mask, is what you're saying.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying, but very ironic because that was not the initial point behind the title. So it's all kind of come together, which has been incredible. And really living your authentic life. And one of the ways to live your authentic life is to own your self-worth. And I think so many people struggle
So true.
with that. And it's much deeper than
true.
being able to take a compliment too. And so do you have any tips or tricks or things that you would like to let people know about the process of owning your self-worth?
It's funny you ask, because over a year ago, I remembered I started saying to clients, to take off their masks in therapy. The irony was we still had to wear physical masks for COVID up until June of last year.
Yes.
So for the longest time, I was saying, look, I know we're wearing a literal mask right now, but in therapy, I want you to take off that emotional mask. Here you can be real. Here you can use the language that's authentic to you. You swear, go ahead and swear.
Right.
You know, if you're upset, release that. You want to laugh, release that, because that's all a coping mechanism too. I demonstrated one of mine by laughing when you gave me a compliment.
Right.
I deliberately role played that to kind of say, see, we're all human. And oh no, not me.
Right. So I would say that probably, you know, your strategy of laughing, I would use self-deprecation. So I'm going to make a joke about, oh, you know, you like my shoes, but oh, no, they're holy, or something cheesy that's going to take the distraction away from me and put it in a different direction so that I'm not in the spotlight. And why do we not rock it? Like, why don't we just embrace that compliment? I don't know. Any answers to that?
Well, I mean, let's face it, no one has the one answer. If only, right? If only we all had
always.
magic wands.
Always.
And I say that all the time, that I've been looking for my magic wand in session and in life. Haven't found it yet. But if anyone finds it, you know,
let us
feel
know.
free. Yeah, feel free. Send it my way.
Yeah, we want it.
Please share. But in all seriousness, you know, it really comes down to us sort of, you know, collectively understanding how to rewrite that script. Because if we have all conditioned ourselves, you're people pleasers, you put yourself second, if someone compliments you, you'd better say, oh, you look nice too.
Right.
It's like, instead of, hey, thank you so much, and actually feel it in your system, right? Not just say it because you feel like you have to say it, but internalize it. So often when we do our therapy work in my practice, what I do is really ask someone, where are you feeling it? Show me in your body where you're feeling it. Tell me. You know, if I say, you know, you look nice, is that really landing? Or are you struggling? Is there some memory or lie that is here with us right now that is preventing you from really taking that in?
So, like, take it into your heart. Take it in and feel it.
Wherever in your body feels right for you.
Because when you said that felt right to me, and I warmed up from the inside out. And what an awesome feeling that is. And if we can kind of rewrite the script to figure out how to bring it into ourselves, and also not jumping to the next compliment either, right? Like, say, and you too. If it's authentic, do it. Also, I think, as a society, we should be giving out more compliments. The person you give the compliment to feels good. You feel good. And you and I have talked a little bit about this, but it's a release. It's a release of serotonin.
Right? It gives everyone kind of that mutual, you know, happy hit, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you look great. And then if you authentically feel, you know what? Truth is, I haven't seen this person in 6 months. Person looks fantastic. I want to let her know that. You know, that's different too. And we can definitely, you know, take that in, and we both end up feeling good. Right? Not forced compliments, because I think what we're trying to say is not this obligation, but sort of this, you know, authentic dialogue that can exist without it being a knee-jerk reaction, because it's going to go so much deeper in when it's coming from a real deep place, right? You felt it, say, in the chest area, the heart, if you will, right? That's where it showed up for you. For somewhere else, you know, it may be somewhere else for someone else, right? Some people, when they feel anxiety, they actually feel it in their legs. You know, we commonly hear like the chest and the breathing, right? We're very familiar with those types of symptoms that kind of mimic a heart attack sometimes. And people call 911 or show up at Emerge thinking, oh, I'm having a heart attack. And it turns out to be panic related. For others, it could be in their legs, right? So just wherever in your body that you're responding to, essentially.
And wouldn't it be amazing to take the compliment into that area? Like, what a release. Just, that's a really great tip. Is there anything else that you want to share with us about this important topic?
About owning your self-worth. Wow. I think we could be here all day with a topic like
that.
I
think so too.
I mean, that's opening up a can of worms. We've barely scratched the surface. You know, not to be afraid to go after something. So I'll share a story about how I even got to where I am now with my career.
Yes. I love this story.
Because
I love this
really,
story.
it's the truth, and it kind of ties in with owning your self-worth. So here it goes. I was in my mid-40s, and I was dissatisfied with the type of work I was doing from a professional perspective, and I knew it was time for a change.
Yep.
So what did I do? I literally Googled online masters in counseling psychology, found a school, applied. So this was in August. By January, I was in class. So August of 2018 to January of 2019, I was in class. So it just shows you can do it. You're not too old. There's no such thing as, oh, how can I do this after all this time? You'll do it if you want to do it. You'll find a way. It was part-time studies as well.
Yeah.
Right? And the reason why I share that story is to show this is such a you can do it too. You can own your self-worth too.
Right. And it's about taking action.
Yeah.
It's about taking action, and I will say that I adore you in this facet. And I think you've really fallen into something that's authentic to you.
And you've been so supportive. We're going to get all sappy, but it's just true. Like, Kate has been my cheerleader from the moment I said I wanted to do this.
It's been teamwork, really. And I think back about, you volunteering here, it's been absolute teamwork, and just you falling, that was planned, right? It's not, this is again a rhetorical question, Liz, but don't you think life has a way of working itself out?
It can, right?
Yeah.
It can.
And here you are today, you went after something.
I mean, I'm not going to deny that some things in life, they're hard, they're difficult, and you think, why did that happen? And you can't give me the everything happens for a reason. And I respect and understand where that is just true. And I do that a lot in my therapy work as well, telling clients, look, I know there are certain things in this world that are so heinous, but we can't use that blanket statement.
No, for sure.
We cannot. But there are times when it does work.
But it's also about putting in the hard work. So you got to put in the hard work to own your self-worth. Therapy and counseling is not easy. It's not easy. You got to put in the work. And
it is tough work for the clients. Let me tell you, anyone who's doing it, you're my heroes. You're doing great work.
Absolutely. Well, Liz, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Always enlightening to speak to you. I've learned something. I hope that the audience is, and we're going to take away and really figure out how to internalize that compliment and feel it in our bodies. And I'm going to really start doing that. I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Thanks, Liz.
You're very welcome. It was awesome.
And that's today's episode of Put Down the Mascara. Before we sign off, I want to drop a friendly reminder your way. While we do our best to bring you helpful insights, stories, and perspectives on this podcast, I want to make it clear that we're not here to replace counselors, advisors, and experts. Remember, education and empowerment are journeys we embark on together, and seeking guidance from experts along the way is great for your personal growth. Thanks again for tuning in to Put Down the Mascara. We can't wait to have you back next time. Your feedback, stories, and suggestions keep us going and fuel our passion for empowering women everywhere.